Hey, Shalom. Before I start, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Bahashim Rakakudash, and I want to give a double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the elect throughout the four corners of the earth who are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity, and the elect being the 144,000 that the scriptures speak about, being chosen and predestined to receive this truth and to receive a crown by by Yahweh's hand. All right, and that's truly who this message is for. Okay, it's for the elect. All right, because as soon as the elect, be sealed, things are going to pop off like never before. And the scriptures actually say that like days are going to be shortened for the elect's sake. This is Matthew 24, and these are the words of Yahweh Shai. So I'll start at verse 21 though. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." All right. So when the elect be sealed, amen, all out hail and plagues are going to be on all sides of the earth. But the peak of it is going to be in this place, America, man. Which in the scriptures is known as the Great Whore, Sodom and Egypt, Babylon the Great. All right. And then it says in verse 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. Look, see, because the Lord, he's not going he's not going to have it to where all the elect are woken up and then he's just going to leave them to suffer under Esau's rulership. Nah, man. When the elect wake up, which we are, because as he has said, he will pour out his spirit upon all flesh. Acts 2:17, and it says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith the Most High, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams." And brothers have shared, many of dreams that they have had, and hey, that's part of the signs of the times, and then Lord said, there's many different scriptures that basically say the same thing, but let's see. But this is a pretty solid one right here. This is from the book of Ezekiel, chapter 11 and verse 17, and it says, "Therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where you have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel." All right, so the Lord is going to gather his people, aka, after the elect have been awoken and given power and such, then Israel is going to be gathered, man, and be set in their own land. All right, and that's going to be um, that's going to be when that land is Slovakia. You know, and that's going to be after the land is totally uh, renewed and made perfect, because those people who are over there right now are committing, or committing committing all types of wickedness, and sacrificing to false idols, performing uh, rituals and such things, man. So that land also has to be cleansed by that fire, man. That great, great cleansing agent. All right. All right. And then let's get into what I wanted to get into. That is in the book of Baruch. the Baruch 2, and I'll start at verse 29, and it says Slaki, it says, if you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. For I knew, that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, which our people are stiff-necked as hell. But when they begin to see the elect performing miracles and such, the scriptures say that it says that thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. All right. But it says, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves, and that's what the elect are doing. That's why you got the prophets out there on the highways and byways prophesying of what, man? Jeremiah 28. Jeremiah 28 and verse 8. I'll start at verse 7. It says, nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears, and in the ears of all the people, on the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against the great kingdoms. So, what are the prophets out here to prophesy about? And to prophesy, basically just means to speak something before it happens. Okay, so speaking of the future, it says of war and of evil and of pestilence. All right, and then it goes on to say the prophet. Actually, that's the point, man. So the prophets have spoken of war and of evil and of pestilence, because that's what the scriptures speak about. And it tells us in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, to measure thou the time diligently in itself, and we are seeing the signs come to pass. All right, I just got I believe it was last Thursday, which was November 16th, 2023. I had gotten a thing on Newsbreak, and it had said that I forgot exactly where it was at, but 50 earthquakes were taking place at one time. That is, and I always do this, but if you go on just Google and just type in earthquakes, right, you can see all the earthquakes happening, and these are all today, which I assume there's a plethora more that are actually going on. But hey, that's a lot of earthquakes, man. Earthquakes in diverse places. Look, these are all in different places. You got the I don't even know how to pronounce that island. Mindanao. All right. Hey, earthquakes in diverse places. You have you have uproars of the people. All right, people doing these marches for Palestine or for Israel. You know, which are only going to increase and get worse. I'm telling you. Hey, the scriptures. Hey, the scriptures say it. All right. Just read Matthew the 24th chapter. All right, which actually we're here. Let's just get into it a little bit. Hey, shit, man, you're also seeing false prophets that are rising up and deceiving many. Okay, you have some that teach um that teach that the mark of the beast is not the microchip. Completely false, man. All right. Um, you're seeing that that iniquity is abounding, and that the love of many is waxing cold. And I'll just run it with what the scriptures actually say. Matthew 24:6, and it says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows." All right. So hey, these are the signs of the end. You know, it's a part of part of these signs being the time of the end. Hey, the prophets are gonna be out here giving the warning, and the elect are going to be, are going to awaken. All right, which is why you're seeing things happen at a faster rate. Things are beginning to increasingly get worse. People can see it. Anyways, continuing on in 2:30, it says, "But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name." His name. And some camps teach that we don't have the name. Those are the false prophets deceiving many. Okay, the Lord is going to give his name. Because it says that, in Acts, what is that, 4 and 12? It says that, just grab it real quick. Acts 4 and 12, it says, "Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved." So there's one name. All right. And it can't be Jesus, because because the letter J was not invented until like the 1500s. So he had to have been called something before that. Verse 33, and back in Baruch 2, it says, "And return from their stiff neck." So our people are going to return, are going to turn away from their stiff neck, all right? Talking about the 1/3, man, because the 2/3 are it says in the scriptures that they are going to meet the fire, man. That they shall be cut off, because they're going to be joined hand in hand with the heathens. It says, "And from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people out of Israel, out of a land that I have given them. So, hey, bro. So that's what awaits for us. Uh, is the downfall of the wicked and the and the putting up of the righteous rulers of the earth. Right, and then all things are going to rejoice and break forth into singing, as the scriptures say. But that comes, with the you know the awakening of the elect, which is by comes by this word being pushed. All right, because this word, plants a seed into the elect's minds, and the Lord gives that increase to wake them up. You know, uh, 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 he flips that switch. So we gotta preach His word. So with that being said, I hope that that this was edifying. And until the next one, I'm gonna say shalom.